All right, here I am again, hiding in the car. 7:29 in the morning. I did the dishes, had breakfast, fed the dogs already. I mentioned that I did all those chores because, you know, I was thinking about doing this first thing in the morning when I woke up. I mean, as soon as I woke up, I thought about doing this. And the next thing you know, I was thinking, okay, what do I need to do first? What do I need to do? It just sort of, you know, trying to be more responsible and, you know, earn my keep before I could actually start shooting a video like this, which I think, you know, is fun and is really what I want to do. But I'm coming up with all these ideas. With point is, I was coming up with excuses not to do it first, which is, I think, a microcosm of everything that I've been doing for the past 15-20 years, where, oh, okay, I mean, yeah, YouTube came out 2007-ish. Around that time I came up with my first videos, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go put up videos on YouTube. Maybe that's where I can make myself, you know, learn to become a filmmaker and make something out of it. But, you know, I was thinking somewhere along the lines of, oh, maybe I should be an actor first and do this and then make videos for other people and do this. And, you know, 15 years, 20 years later, I can't even do the math. Well, 2007, 2020 now, 13 years later, I'm still like making excuses for myself. And, you know, I tried to do the same video yesterday where I you know, shot myself doing this take one vlog sort of, and I kind of cheated because it wasn't just take one with one camera, although there was no music and it was take one. I'm cheating because I'm using two cameras. So it was a take one vlog multicam version. Anyway, that's the thing. So I'm trying to say so many things at the same time. I feel like, you know, I'm like two people trying to get through a door, and it kind of looks funny, but it's really frustrating because we're trying to get out at the same time. But basically, I'm happy that I was able to do that vlog yesterday, not because I think that it was any entertaining or fun, you know, like life-changing or anything like that for anyone, but I think it was life-changing and fun for me in a sense that I'm glad I was able to get that out of the way, all because, you know, because I'm sick and tired of filtering myself. And yes, there are things, to be honest, I feel like, you know, when you're trying to prepare or cook rice, and then you're pouring water and you try to pour it out, and you're careful not to pour everything out because the good stuff, the rice, actually is the one that you want to keep in there, and it's really just the dirty water that you want to throw out. Kind of feels like that. It's like I'm pouring myself out, but at the same time it's like, oh, make sure you don't pour everything out. So I'm trying to keep things reserved. There's some things that maybe I don't want people to find out because I'm ashamed of it. And I'm like, dude, everybody's like that. And I'm like, such a petty excuse to be like holding yourself back. It's so annoying, but it's what I'm working with. So that's why I'm so glad that I was able to get that one out of the way yesterday, because I was looking at it, it was so freaking boring. I mean, even with the multicam cuts and everything, it was still boring. But I was like, I got a boring video out of the way. Okay, it should get better from here on, and hopefully that's kind of the idea. But, you know, you don't want to keep like skirting around the issue and getting out. But it's not really my stuff that I want to talk about in this channel. Like, I want to talk about, you know, my stuff sort of through other people, or how I can relate to other people. So I want to tell other people's stories, but at the same time, I don't think I can tell other people's stories without really telling my own, and without me being honest with myself. So I don't know if that kind of makes sense, but really, bottom line of this whole thing is I'm excited to have done that that one take one vlog and get it out of the way. because I also saw other people doing it, and it was inspiring to see how they sucked. And then I sucked, everybody sucked. And then there were also some people that were really good, and then I was like, it's not really about being good or bad or really having a message come across. I think it's it's really just the fact that they did it and the fact that they uploaded. I think that's what the real challenge was about. It's not a challenge to be good or a challenge to be, that's not what it is, especially for an introvert. It's not about being good at it. It's really, step one is really doing it to begin with, and then number two, uploading it. And then as soon as you can get that one out of the way, then you can start figuring out or working on a message. Or at least that's my game plan now. Because a lot of people, it works backwards for them. They have a message already, but they don't really have these technicalities to work with. Chicken or the egg. I mean, some people have the message and then they work on their production value or the gear and equipment. Or some people like me, I just happen to have the gear and equipment and even some experience, but I'm working on the message. So whatever that message might be, you got to start somewhere. So yeah, anyway, please don't like or subscribe or do any of that nasty stuff right now, because I don't want anybody to really see this video. I want it to be really just you and me, sort of make this sucky video, hide it under the rug, and then move on. So hopefully it'll just clean itself. But and another thing is, there's a lot of people that have gone through worse. I mean, you can come up with a sucky, boring video, but some people betrayed them with like a sex scandal video, and that's going to be out on the internet whether they like it or not. Some people volunteer to be in porn, or not volunteer, but want to get into it. I mean, point is, I don't know what the point is. Yeah, just basically there are some things that you need to get out of the way. Just as long as you're not hurting or imposing your message or your thing on other people, I think you should be all right. And that's what I want my son to learn. I mean, I don't want him to stifle himself because of what other people might think. I want him to be that kind of person that can get out there and want to do, and then that just do their thing. I mean, that's the kind of people. That's the kind of people that I admire and want to be like. And if I can't do it, I could at least encourage my son to do that. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing, right? I'm not forcing him to be a certain kind of person. I'm not forcing him to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that. I'm not forcing, but I want to encourage him to be himself and to be able to not be afraid to look in and share that, whatever that message might be, out in the from himself to the world. I mean, there is that quote, right? I think it's from Grey's Anatomy, where or wherever they got it. That's where I first when I sort of Googled that kind of quote. This is the credit came out to the Grey's Anatomy, but that's something to the effect of the saddest people are the people that don't know what they want to do in their life. And that's true. That's, I feel sad for myself, and it's really frustrating sometimes, but at the same time it's like, what's up, Noel? You have a choice. You can get up and decide to do what you want to do with your life. You don't You're not stuck in that for the rest of your life. You could figure it out. Did I just spit? Yeah, so hopefully this inspires someone. This inspires you to not be like me, to not be hiding it inside the car, even if you're suffering and it's so hot already, just for the sake of keeping to yourself. It's not fair. It's not fair to the world.